I think Eddie Howe's gone this year.
It's lost its spark, isn't it, that project? It's not as exciting.
They've signed Mbappe. They've still got Dan Burn left back.
They're bigger than Newcastle.
No.
They are.
No, then.
They've won the trophy more recently. They've won more league titles.
I wouldn't consider that.
They've won a trophy more recently.
I can't, Rory.
You deserve a statue. I don't think you'll get it now. No, but for us...
We'll start getting the 10 arg one ready.
But the reason why I asked that is
won the League Cup. No.
Newcastle United, they've got their Joe signing that Man City had. He is as bad as that. And Joe actually had some qualities about him. Anthony Gordon is absolutely shocking. The way he kicks up a fuss to leave his boyhood club, Everton, was embarrassing. Showed a lack of character. He's got a lack of physicality, a lack of quality on the ball. He doesn't work hard off the ball. He's a luxury player. Plus, he's got pimples. I'm not being funny. If you're a millionaire, you get some sort of surgery to correct that.
Rory Jennings has called me out 2 weeks in a row on Spotify. How am I being called out on Spotify? That is the first for me on a personal level. But yes, the club has referenced me in their last 2 shows. So they've got something called the taxi. And now what the taxi is basically the club's, I guess, variation of someone they dislike every week. So I'm in the taxi 2 weeks in a row. I don't know how I'm back in the taxi. I was already in the bloody thing in the first place. There's a 2 Adam P's in the taxi now. Or did they take me out and then put me back in? I don't know how that part of the show works. But yeah, I'm somehow in the taxi twice. So I guess we're gonna react to the comments today. Now, of course, I did make a video quite heavily targeted towards the club shortly after the League Cup final. Of course, for Newcastle, won our first domestic major honour in 70 years. And as you saw in the intro, I stand by it. I think the club is the most anti-Newcastle channel out there on social media. None of the people on the show like Newcastle United. To give you an example here, this was Adam McKola after the League Cup final. Imagine winning your first trophy in 70 years thanks to your Saudi sugar daddy, then running around talking about community and about how I was a plastic. Absolute morons. I mean, let's be honest, Adam, you would absolutely bend down and kiss the feet of any Saudi Arabian partnership coming into Manchester United. If you were offered the opportunity now, would you take Saudi owners? Adam 100% would say yes. So get off your high horse, be quiet, and let's make sure, in our point of view, we beat Adam on Sunday, we beat Manchester United on Sunday, and then we're going to mock this guy again next week if we do so. Let's do our job on Sunday, but you be quiet. And as for the rest of the club, we're here today, of course, to react and respond to the comments they made about me. So just to explain briefly who is the club just before we begin. So the club used to be part of the kickoff show, so everyone was there with the true Geordie. Now, of course, Brian was cancelled a couple of years ago, so the individuals now that are part of the club all left the kickoff and then started their own show. Of course, obviously, Brian lost all his sponsorships. He would have lost a lot of money, and these individuals want to keep their sponsorships, and on a financial point of view, they decided to start their own show and just to remove the true Geordie from the picture. Now, the reason why I brought it up, they're entitled to do that. I'm not here to criticise them for that. But obviously, the true Geordie is a Newcastle United fan. So, of course, naturally, these people are going to have a negative reaction and a negative opinion towards Newcastle, towards me, and towards anyone else before we even started because of the true Geordie drama. So that's a bit of a background story and I guess a bit of a background check on them. Let's just get straight into it. Let's find out, shortly after the League Cup final, in their first episode, what did they have to say about me?
Taxi 4?
Oh, mate, I've got this. I've got it. Newcastle United win their first trophy for about 100 years. You're in the stadium, the emotion, the atmosphere, it's all happening. Be part of it, feel it. I saw this YouTuber get his phone out and film himself crying.
Where do we even begin with this one? He starts off, Newcastle haven't won a trophy in 100 years. Of course, it's exaggerating to make it sound even worse. You can just tell the bitterness straight away. I mean, this is the same Rory Jennings, by the way. Listen to his Liverpool prediction before the game.
I can't see a world, though, where Liverpool do not win it handsomely. Liverpool will win this game convincingly. They are going to be too strong for Newcastle. Hey, bet builder tip will be Mohamed Salah to score at any time. He's the man that delivers on the biggest stage, and he will not let Liverpool down in a game of this magnitude.
He's already chatting out of his arse before the game. Salah turns up in cup finals. No, he doesn't. He scored once in the Champions League final, which was a penalty in the first minute. He's always stunk the gaff out in cup finals. So I don't know why you ever thought Mohamed Salah was going to drop an amazing performance against Newcastle. Obviously, he talks absolute shite, let's be honest. And he spent, I guess, the first part of this segment talking about me crying at a cup final. Shock. shock. A Manchester United fan, a Manchester City fan, and a Chelsea fan doesn't understand why Newcastle fans are crying after winning the League Cup final. Just shows the entitlement of some of these content creators. They don't understand what we achieved because, of course, they're used to winning trophies. They're used to seeing their teams do well, and they can't understand why me or somebody else will be crying at a League Cup final. I mean, of course, that's going to happen. But I mean, Rory Jennings is calling me out for crying at a League Cup final. Mate, you were crying last night. Look at your reaction when Arsenal beat Real Madrid 3-0. Mate, you look constipated. If somebody want to pass this guy some laxatives so he can go to the toilet, look at the state of your face when Arsenal scored. He's mocking me for crying in a League Cup final. Mate, you were crying sitting in the studio watching Arsenal win. Have some shame, will you? And obviously the main point is probably the recording point, isn't it? He's not really happy with me recording myself like this, of course, reacting to the League Cup final. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Any of you guys care that I was doing this for 30 seconds after the full-time whistle? I'm still obviously taking in the moment. I'm still doing both things at once. People want to take their opinion, that's fine. But let's just continue now. Let's see what else the lads have to say about me.
He's representative of a lost generation, man. Why are you doing this? And he's in it, like, I don't know who he is. He's obviously a YouTuber. We cross paths with YouTubers. I never want to meet this person. Make sure that they're banned. I never ever want to see this person in real life.
What a real reaction, what? You hate me, you don't want to see me in real life because I was recording myself after full time in a League Cup final. Now, what I find strange is the fact that Rory, and you'll see in both these episodes, is that Rory doesn't know who I am. I definitely don't think it's a coincidence, by the way, that I've uploaded a video about the club. And then on the 20th of March, this Spotify podcast was also uploaded where they're referencing me, they're talking about me. And on the podcast, they claim that they don't know me, they don't know anything about me, they don't know my name, they don't know my background. That's a load of lies. They definitely do know who I am. Rory Jennings 100% knows who I am. He is most certainly reacting to the fact that I've made comments about them. With such a massive ego, the likes of Rory Jennings, he has to have the last word. He needs that time to speak. He needs to be able to have his say. And you're seeing any show that he's on, he always needs an input in the conversation. He always has to have his point said. And yeah, for some reason they pretend they don't know me. But again, he never wants to meet me. Please, Rory, please, I beg you, I never ever want to meet you. I agree with that. Let's make sure we never ever meet in our lifetimes. But let's be honest, you're not exactly the brightest, are you? We are definitely going to meet at some point, whether that be by pure chance or the fact that we get asked to do something and we're both there. Again, it is going to happen at some point, so you can mention all this stuff about me now. Of course, when we meet one day, I'm not going to be pleased, am I? So, yeah, again, you're more than welcome to have your opinion, that is fine, but I don't know why you're so negative towards me. I don't know why you hate me because I've recorded myself at the end of a game.
Yeah. Well,
Celebrate here. I could be part of the atmosphere. I could watch and...
someone tweeted him saying, Alan Shearer would hate you. Crazy.
Very true.
They continue to dig into me for this. What is Adam McKola piping up for? I mean, a bit of a flex here, by the way, but Alan Shearer does follow me on X. Hopefully he doesn't hate me. I like to say that he doesn't hate me. I never met the guy before, but I mean, the guy clearly knows who I am. And again, I don't personally feel like Alan Shearer has a massive dislike towards me. But again, Adam, obviously you should know a lot about Alan Shearer since he was the guy that turned Manchester United down. Could have won all the trophies in the world at Manchester United, but he wasn't interested because he wanted to play for his boyhood club. And I know that eats you up inside. That still does. You guys still chat about him all the time, so it clearly does eat you up. And you can make all the Shearer comments you want. You can make all the comments about me that you want. But you don't like the fact Newcastle's doing well. I've exposed you before. I've exposed you for the fact you don't like Newcastle. We will continue to do well. Get used to it. You will see us in these big stages. You will see us in these big matches. And we will compete at the top of the table. And you guys are still in the bottom half. So you can make all the noise that you want. You don't like the fact Newcastle are doing well. Tough. Get used to it. But back on topic to Rory Jennings. This is the same guy, by the way, who thought Erling Haaland was going to flop in Manchester City. I mean, this is probably the worst timed and worst dated football opinion in history. I actually think this might be the worst football opinion of all time. And he wants to call me out for doing this, he wants to call me out for doing that. Do any of you guys really care? Let's be honest, does anyone really care that I recorded myself for 30 seconds at the end of the game? Is anyone that asked? But yeah, for some reason he felt like that was a big deal. And that was just the first week. We're going to come back again the week afterwards. We're going to see what on week 2 they have to say about me.
It's been a fun podcast. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Before we go, we obviously need to do our taxi. Anyone got anyone in mind? Can we put that dopey Newcastle kid in again?
I mean, you can if you want. Wasn't he crying last week?
He was crying, filming himself, and now he's a travel agent.
It's crazy.
Oh no, I'm back in the taxi again, lads. No, 2 weeks in a row. I can't believe I'm in the taxi again. I don't know what want me to say here. I do not care if you guys put me in the taxi. Hell, stick me in the taxi every bloody week. You can put me in all year long. Hell, have taxi of the year. Put me in taxi of the year. Do what you want. You can put me in the taxi all you want. But yet again, this is 2 weeks in a row now where you guys are coming after me. You're calling me a travel agent now. Obviously, I know what they're referring to there. Let's be honest, Rory. You've accepted partnerships to go to Qatar to watch the World Cup. You would have been paid for flights most likely. You would have been given accommodation, food, drink, would have had your tickets for the match. Of course, Qatar, a country with a bad human rights record, that was a deal you accepted to be on. That was you enjoying it, just taking it all in, rubbing your hands as you were given everything in Qatar. Not to mention you're talking on the club. Of course, a podcast that is brought to you by Sky Bet. Sky Bet, is that the nicest sponsorship in the world to have for your viewers? Again, of course, a lot of people in this country have a gambling addiction, and of course, that is a betting sponsor you have for all of your audience to see. So I'm not saying you can't criticise me. Again, if you don't like what I did in terms of a paid partnership on TikTok, fair enough. But if you're going to slag me off, at least make sure your own back is clean first. Rory Jennings, you are a massive hypocrite. You don't like it when somebody says something bad about you. You don't like it when somebody way younger than you. I mean, you're 41 years old, picking on a 24-year-old. You are telling me what I can do, what I can't do. You're telling me that I shouldn't be doing this and I should be doing that. Listen, you can say what you want, but you do not like the fact that somebody has said something negative about you. You've got a massive ego. You need to be the talking point of a conversation. If there's a conversation being had without you in it, you don't like it. You always need to be a part of that show. And you're someone that does not like it at all when somebody calls you out on something, and that's what I did a couple of weeks ago. I was actually quite fair in my video. Again, for you guys, I wanted to make sure that the video itself was enjoyable for the club. It's not me kind of being nasty towards the club, because I want them to be able to kind of watch the video as well and almost walk away and go, well, you know what, fair enough, we were a bit negative towards Newcastle, let's not be as negative now towards them. But yet again, all you've done the past two shows, you haven't acknowledged a single thing that I said. All you've done the past 2 weeks is slag me off, call me names, call me dopey. You mentioned the fact Alan Shearer hates me. I mean, he doesn't, but again, the last 2 weeks, all you've done is just call me loads of names, and you've said lots of nasty things about me. Facts of the video, did you know Rory Jennings was actually on EastEnders for 3 weeks? Honestly, I've been binge watching Rory on EastEnders. It's honestly the most fun I've ever had. Please, Rory, go back in EastEnders. I don't care if your character's died on the show. Just somehow figure out a way to bring the guy back to life. Just get him back on the show. We need to see more clips like this.
Ian! You little scumbag! Dad! Come here! Come here! What have you been doing with my daughter?
Yeah, scratch that clip. We need to see more like the first one from Rory Jennings on EastEnders. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I've just watched it for the past day. I've just been creased at it. I've been enjoying myself. And I've just had a good laugh. So please, Roy, give us all a good laugh. Go back on EastEnders, have a good time on there. Get a few more episodes out of your account, and let's enjoy watching the soaps in this country. But yeah, Rory Jennings on EastEnders, by the way, is a good binge watch, I'm going to be honest. So make sure you get a chance to do that yourselves. Obviously, that was a bit of a little dig from me there. But honestly, again, the point of this video is just to have a laugh. Obviously, they haven't been that nice to me, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to play a victim. I'm not going to act like I'm being bullied. I don't care. I do not care what they have to say about me. It doesn't change my life. It doesn't affect me in any way that they want to put me in this taxi every week. But again, these people obviously don't like Newcastle. They don't like you. They don't like me, and they will continue to slag us all off. They take a lot of shots at me, and they don't like the fact that I speak back. They don't like the fact that I actually have a voice. They don't like the fact that I respond to their messages, and they don't like the fact that I call them out on their rubbish. And we will continue to call them out on their BS, because they don't want to see Newcastle succeed. These people do not want to see Newcastle do well. They don't want to see Newcastle win silverware. We've done that. We will continue to do that. We have a very good backing under Eddie Howe. We have unbelievable players, and we have a good ownership that will continue to pump money into the football club. And whether they like it or not, we are here to stay, and we will continue to compete. They can slag us off all they want, but they can't get rid of us. So enjoy it. Take it all in. My final message for the club: get stuffed. Get out of here. But yeah, I don't like them at all. We're just going to keep it that way. But take care, guys. We will see you all in the next one.